excited for this day to finally be here. Our final reveal of your dream machine. How awesome. Give yourself a big round of applause for all you've done. Fantastic. Now I'm going to introduce some folks. Hopefully you recognize one gentleman. Here's Mr. Rasick, who was here before for the unveiling from IU. So everybody wave to him. And then we've also got Mr. Maltese. He's from IU. He has helped the whole time with this project, and you just hadn't got to meet him yet. So everybody wave to him. Okay. And then behind you in this purple shirt, this is Mr. Shirtcliffe, and he has joined us and been taking part in the latter part of our project. So we're so thankful that he was able to join us today. So waving to Mr. Shirtcliffe, thank you for coming. Okay, well, I have to say, you look amazing in those shirts. You look awesome, so awesome. So, I am going to hand over the microphone to these gentlemen and kind of let them get started on what you're here for. How about that?
Yeah, so I did actually meet a lot of you before. I came in with Paul and we did the floppy tower exercises back before holidays. If you remember those, hopefully you had fun doing that. So I'm Adam, and I wanted to just give a little quick intro. I promise I won't talk very long about the project, because you all are part of a project that's bigger, and it's fun to be part of a project that's bigger. This project, actually, there's a bunch of kids in Spain, South Africa, and Finland, and Belgium, and really around the world, who are doing the same thing that you did. So they designed some things that they had as their dream machines, and then they passed those designs on, and then some college students did some designing of those and maybe made some prototypes, and then some high school students built out the final designs of those. And so you're part of that bigger project, and that big project is called MyMachine, and that's what's on the front of your shirts there. So again, just quickly, my focus in the world is trying to figure out how to make school more exciting for kids like you. And the way that I'm trying to do that is to make it where more classes, more days, you are actively designing, thinking, building things. Because I think that that's the most important thing that we can help you with, so that when you get to be our age, which I know I'm sure it seems like forever, but when you get to be our age, you can solve the problems and make the world a better place. So this project, you did the first step. Right? We came in, we started talking a little bit about engineering and design. We did the tower activity, you did a couple other activities in your classes, and then you designed the machine that you thought would, if you could build anything, that's the thing you wanted. And then we took all those designs and we looked at them, and we figured out a couple of those probably were some of the interesting ones that we wanted to move a step ahead. We took those designs and passed them on to John's students. And John's students are training on how to design and make it so that others can build those machines. That's what they want to do for their jobs. So his students took all of your designs, and then they sort of made them more professional, and then came back, and I wasn't here for this, unfortunately, but had a great show with you where they showed you some of their designs and their prototypes and what they were thinking. And then those designs that John's students created got fixed and changed a little bit based on your feedback. And then we sent them up to a guy we know in Wisconsin, which is 7 hours from here. And his high school students took those designs that started with you, went through John's class, and then they went up to his students, and his students took on the challenge of actually trying to make some real thing from all of that work that went into it before. Okay? And the reason they were interested in that is because that's the type of work that they want to do. They want to be able to weld, they want to be able to work with electronics, they want to be able to work with machines. Right? That's what they're training to do and learning about. So all of the students, from you to John's students to, his name is Quincy, to Quincy's students up in Wisconsin, all of you were learning little bits and pieces throughout all this. And the bigger idea is to try to create your dream machines. Okay? So like I said, this is happening in a couple places around the world. We want it to try to happen even more. We're hoping to come back and do this again with this year's first graders maybe, as they move into second grade next year. But that's the idea. And so, without further ado, I'm going to pass it on to John, and he gets to do the more exciting part, which is to show you some of what's under wraps.
So Adam just explained that whole process. You guys had the idea, you gave it to my students. My students took your ideas and made it into something, a prototype. And then we gave the prototype and some drawings to our friend up in Wisconsin. And they made the next iteration. That's a word I'm going to use a couple times. Iteration. That means the next round of design. So here's something really important that I want you guys to think about. Design, products, buildings, things, they're never done. They can get really close to being done, but they're never quite done. I bet in this building looks brand new. It's a beautiful building, but I bet there are problems in this building that have to be fixed. That's not a bad thing, it's just how it is, right? We can always improve on the things that we make and the things that we design. So, as you guys look at these final prototypes, or the next iteration of your designs, I want you to think, well, they look great, but they're maybe not quite done, all right? And I want you all to think about, well, if we were to give you these prototypes, what would you do? How would you improve the design? What changes would you make? All right? So these are not finished. They're very close to being finished, but not 100%. And that's a great opportunity for you guys to think about what changes could we make. Okay, can I get the teacher and a student from the sick helper group? I'm gonna let the teacher choose who should come up. All right, why don't you come on over, and what is your name? What is your name? Jackson. Okay, Jackson, come on over here. And Jackson, I want you to talk about what the purpose of the sick helper was all about.
It's so when people fall sick, they make sick when they have stuff to do and they don't have to get out of bed.
Thanks, Jackson. All right, what is one thing that you learned during this process?
I don't know.
Jackson, going for another question. All right, I got another question for you, Jackson. Jackson, did you like working on a team for this project?
Yes.
Why?
Because I got a help. Because people help me get ideas that only ones that I know by myself.
Great answer. So you got better ideas working together as a group than maybe you would have by yourself. And I think that is the case for every step of this project. My students work together as a team, and they each helped each other come up with better ideas. The high school students worked as a team, you guys worked as a team, and all three groups worked as a team to make one idea happen, okay? I will tell you, none of these things exist in the world. You cannot go to Walmart and buy a sick helper. You guys created that from your brains, and now we have one here on the stage. The first ever sick helper that exists in the world. Jackson? Yes. What is your name?
Mrs. Erger.
Tell us about the experience of working on this project.
Oh my goodness. It started as we're just going to design something, and then it morphed into something bigger and bigger and bigger. And what started as a single student's idea became our whole class project. And seeing that shift from an individual to a group and seeing everyone collaborate on it was just phenomenal.
Great, thank you. Okay, Jackson, now is the time we've been waiting for. I'm going to ask everyone to give a silent, or not silent, but a quiet drum roll like this. Jackson. All right, Jackson, do you remember this, your design? Okay, or your class's design. So the changes that we made in the prototype was we got rid of a leg that was here. We fixed the doors. When you pull open some of the doors. Okay, so I actually, like that, we pull that one down. There you go. Yep, it turned out so well, it did. And what's this? Something you can play with, right? Your Lego, it's a Lego board that's been glued onto the table. And then there's a little trash can here for your tissues or whatever. Maybe you fill that with candy, I don't know. All right, what do you think, Jackson?
I like it.
Good. Thanks, guys. Thank you. All right, our next project. Again, this is the first, can I get the teacher and this?
What is the name of it?
Oh, sorry, that's important. What is the name of it? This is the cereal go-round. Okay, so that's the picture of the prototype right over there. All right, so this is the cereal go-round. The first ever cereal go-round that's ever been designed and manufactured. The first of many. You'll see this in your stores in your town soon.
Maybe in the cafeteria.
And maybe in the cafeteria. Yes, yes, all right. So first, let's tell me your name. Conley. Okay, nice to meet you, Conley. And you are?
Mrs. Fry.
Hello, Mrs. Fry. Conley, will you tell me your favorite part of this whole project?
I really like cereal. Sometimes I spill my milk, so this might help me not spill my milk.
She really likes cereal, and this would help her not spill the milk. I bet your parents would be really happy about that. All right, Mrs. Fry, tell us about your favorite part of this project.
My favorite part of the project was that we all had great ideas, but when we narrowed it down to Miss Conley's idea, everybody worked well together and we made something that rocked. We did a great job.
Awesome. Okay. All right, so we need another drum roll. No one saw that? All right, so there was the picture of our prototype. And here's our picture of our next iteration of our prototype. So, we have some buttons in here that's going to represent our cereal. Don't eat the buttons, okay? It's not healthy. We have a big yellow handle over here, and as we turn the handle, everything spins. And then we have our bowl here. And then, Conley, you want to move our lever and release some cereal? All right, great job. It worked. What do you think? It's good. It is heavy duty. This is all metal. This is an extreme version of the cereal helper, or cereal go-round. All right. Thank you, guys. Can I have a teacher and a student come up for the toast grabber, please? Now, one thing I want to tell you guys is Adam and I are not taking these with us. We are leaving them here with you. You guys came up with the idea. You guys get to keep the final prototypes. Tell us your name. Mary. Nice to meet you, Mary. And?
Mrs. Hazelwood.
Mrs. Hazelwood? Mrs. Hazelwood. All right. So this is the toast grabber. Mary, tell us about what the toast grabber does.
It helps you not get your fingers moved.
Do you sometimes burn your fingers when you make toast? I know, it is a common problem. It's amazing to me that no one has invented a toast grabber until you have in your class. We are going to show a picture in 1 second of the toast grabber. The toast grabber was one project that didn't quite get done in time. They're still working on it. We're trying to correct some things with it. It's very close, but it's not quite done. And that's part of design, right? You try things out, take risks, and you try to make them work, and sometimes they work really well, sometimes they need a little bit more time. So, we're going to show you, we're going to do a reveal, we're going to show a picture of what the toast grabber looks like, and we'll show you a picture. This is the old prototype, but just to remember, we'll show you what this looks like. All right, so drum roll, please. 3, 2, 1. Okay. And then the picture. Okay, so there is what the toast grabber looks like right now. All right, so you remember you have that big handle. The toast goes in the top, and when it's done, it pops out the bottom. And one thing that they've changed is they've made a conveyor belt that brings the toast and drops it onto your plate. So they've made some really good improvements. And we are going to try to get this, once it's finished, we're going to try to get it back so you guys can make some toast. Okay, Mrs. Hazelwood, what would you like to say about this project? Anything?
It was actually Mary's idea originally, and the kids worked together really well to take that idea and make it even better. So, a lot of teamwork.
A lot of teamwork. Great. Thank you, guys. Okay, our next project, never been seen before, never been produced before, the dog foot washer. Okay, welcome. What is your name? Emily. Nice to meet you. And hi.
Hi, it's actually Mrs. Landis' class.
Mrs. Landis' class. And, okay, she's not here today. All right, great. Well, thank you for standing in. So, tell us about why you designed the dog foot washer. Okay, your friend designed it, but you worked on it, right? So why did you guys design this?
The dogs also doggy. It's an inside dog. The mom doesn't get all over the house.
Did you guys hear that? So you can clean the dog's foot before it comes into the house. How many people have dogs? Raise your hand. How many people have dogs who sometimes have dirty feet? Raise your hand. Everybody. If you have a dog, that dog's got dirty feet. I can't believe that no one has designed a dog foot washer until you guys. The brilliance in Linton Elementary is just amazing. All these designs have never been produced before. So the dog foot washer. All right, we are covering 2 projects, so we're just going to lift up this one project and not reveal this one. Okay. So drum roll, please. Okay, I'm going to hold that up for everyone to see. Okay, great job. Thank you. So this project, if you remember, will you hold that for me? The dog steps on it, on the pad here, and this bone shape is filled with soapy water. And if they're a heavy dog, the pad depresses really far into the water. If they're a light dog, it just depresses a little bit. And then this pad here is supposed to get some of that ground dirt in their pads and the dog's feet off. So it's a really kind of a small project, but there's a lot going on here. Congratulations, you guys. Great project. Thank you. Okay, I guess we're done. Oh, I guess not. Sorry. There's one more project. Well, no, these are all connected. So I'm going to show you the prototype that we showed last time, just to kind of remind you of this project. This is the Canon 4000. Do you guys remember that? Can you tell me your name?
Samuel.
All right, great, Samuel. Now, Samuel, I have a couple questions that I really need to know the answer to. I think you answered this before, but I want to hear the answer again. Why did your group name it the Kenneth 4000?
I didn't name it, but our friend Steele, he's in Florida at Disney World, so I'm going to do it for him.
Do you remember why you guys named it the Kenneth 4000?
Steele named it after our friend Kenny, and Kenny named him after him. They were partners.
Okay, so they were partners, and one person named it after their partner. Why 4000?
Because it would be better when it's 4,000
Okay, all right, great. Well, I love the name. It's my favorite. It's one of my favorite names. So, can you tell us what it does? What does the Kenneth 4000 do?
It scoops up snow. It holds trash. It has an apartment for the trash, and it will ice away.
Okay, great. And we saw a lot of that with our prototype. We have our shovel, and then we have the arms that can pick up the trash, right? And then the arms dump the trash into the head, which is where the trash can go. Okay, so this project is our new full-scale Canon 4000. Now the Canon 4000 is, as all robots are, it's pretty complicated. So I think they had to make a couple changes. They got rid of the bow tie, which is a little unfortunate, but they added a lot of really great features to the Canon 4000. All right, and this is a heavy-duty Canon 4000. I don't think this guy would last too long in the snow. This guy will last forever in the snow. All right, we ready? Can we go jump roll? All right, can you hold this for me? The Canon 4000, everybody. What do you like about it? That's right, the trash can. I'm going to ask you to hold this microphone again for me. So the trash can is on the inside. So you lift the snow and the trash, and you bring it up, and it falls into the trash can. Now, there's no bow tie, but I think Kenneth's face is a big improvement, don't you? And you guys see the Kenneth 4000 right there in the front? Okay. All right, thank you guys.
Wow, what do you think, everybody? I'm going to use the stick helper for just a moment and lay my phone there. So, hey, that's a helper to me already. Okay, so before we come up and look at the project up close, I want you to give a gigantic round of applause for Mr. Basic, Mr. Surfman, Miss Quincy in Wisconsin, and the students there. Wow. This has been amazing. I'm so proud of all when things had to change a little bit, and when things changed a little bit with our designs. So I hope you're proud of yourselves. Are you proud of yourselves? Hey, before we move on, I just want you to turn to someone at your table and say, you know what, I'm proud of you. Give a round of applause for someone that you haven't given a round of applause for yet. Not yet, let me tell you a little more. It's for all the students in second grade at Linton Stockton Elementary who just invented 5 brand new things that have never existed in the world before. Give yourself a gigantic round of applause. Going to actually get to come up and see them firsthand. So teachers, we'll probably just start at the front and work our way back. And what we'll do is if you want to kind of split your class, so some of them come at the front, some of them come at the back, and that way it would probably work a little more quickly because we have got to clear the stage by 11 for lunch. We want to make sure that we're out of the way, okay? So Mrs. Rhodes' class.